Welcome back to Skills on Cloud. This is part 3 of our Scrum Master interview preparation series. In this video, we'll cover 20 expert-level and Agile Coach interview questions that focus on leadership, influence, scaling Agile, and organizational transformation. These questions are commonly asked for Senior Scrum Master, Agile Coach, and Enterprise Agile roles. 1. How do you influence leadership without formal authority? Answer: I influence through trust, data, and outcomes. I use metrics, real examples, and team success stories to demonstrate impact. I focus on collaboration rather than control. Explanation: This tests servant leadership and influence, critical at senior levels. 2. What do you do when a team follows Scrum ceremonies but lacks Agile mindset? Answer: I observe behaviors and decision-making patterns, then coach the team through retrospectives and experiments to reconnect with Agile values like adaptability and collaboration. Explanation: Interviewers want to see the difference between doing Scrum and being Agile. 3. How do you measure Agile transformation success at an organizational level? Answer: I measure customer satisfaction, time to market, quality, predictability, employee engagement, and the organization's ability to respond to change. Explanation: This shows enterprise-level Agile thinking. 4. How do you coach a high-performing team that resists change? Answer: I respect their success first, then introduce small experiments instead of forced changes. I ask powerful questions to uncover growth opportunities. Explanation: Demonstrates advanced coaching maturity. 5. How do you manage dependencies across multiple Agile teams? Answer: I focus on dependency reduction through better backlog refinement, architecture alignment, and cross-team collaboration. When unavoidable, I ensure early visibility. Explanation: Tests experience in scaled Agile environments. 6. How do you handle resistance to Agile from senior management? Answer: I listen carefully, then connect Agile outcomes to business goals like risk reduction, predictability, and faster value delivery. Explanation: Shows ability to translate Agile into business language. 7. How do you balance autonomy and accountability in self-managing teams? Answer: I establish clear goals, shared ownership, definition of done, and transparent metrics while allowing teams freedom in execution. Explanation: Checks understanding of healthy self-management. 8. What role does psychological safety play in Agile teams? Answer: Psychological safety enables learning, innovation, and honest feedback. I promote it by modeling openness in keeping retrospectives blame-free. Explanation: Focuses on people-first leadership. 9. How do you mentor junior Scrum Masters? Answer: I mentor through pairing, observation, and feedback. My goal is to build confidence and independent thinking, not dependency. Explanation: Demonstrates leadership at scale. 10. When should a Scrum Master step away from a team? Answer: When the team becomes self-managing, continuously improving, and confident in Agile practices. Stepping back is a sign of success. Explanation. Reinforces true servant leadership. 11. How do you handle a product owner who micromanages the team? Answer. I coach the product owner on outcome-focused leadership and reinforce team ownership while maintaining transparency through Scrum events. Explanation. 12. What would you do if retrospectives feel repetitive and ineffective? Answer. I introduce new formats, focus on one improvement at a time, and ensure actions are small, measurable, and followed up. Explanation. Accessory continuous improvement mindset. 13. How do you deal with distributed or remote Agile teams? Answer. I focus on clear communication, overlapping working hours, collaboration tools, and intentional team bonding. Explanation. Very relevant for modern Agile roles. 14. How do you prevent Agile from becoming a process overhead? Answer. I continuously inspect and adapt ceremonies, removing anything that doesn't add value while preserving Agile principles. Explanation. Shows pragmatic Agile thinking. 15. How do you handle conflicting priorities between multiple stakeholders? Answer. I help stakeholders align around business value and coach the product owner to make transparent prioritization decisions. Explanation. Stakeholder management skills. 16. What is your approach to managing technical debt at scale? Answer. I make technical debt visible, include it in backlog prioritization, and ensure quality is part of the definition of done. Explanation. Balances speed and sustainability. 17. How do you assess team maturity in Agile? Answer. I observe collaboration, ownership, adaptability, and continuous improvement, rather than just velocity or output. Explanation. Shows maturity in assessment. 18. How do you handle team conflict without taking sides? Answer. I facilitate open dialogue, focus on facts and shared goals, and guide the team towards self-resolution. Explanation. Tests neutrality and facilitation skills. 19. What is the biggest mistake organizations make during Agile transformation? Answer. Treating Agile as a process change instead of a mindset and cultural shift. Explanation. Classic Agile Coach insight. 20. What differentiates an average Scrum Master from an exceptional one? Answer. An exceptional Scrum Master grows people, builds trust, and creates lasting change beyond the framework. Explanation. This concludes Part 3 of our Scrum Master interview preparation series. If you've watched Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3, you now have a complete roadmap from beginner to Agile Coach level. Subscribe to Skills on Cloud for more career-focused Agile and leadership content.